Hi everyone and welcome to this video. Today I want to show you a simple technique called the rule of thirds, which is pretty much the foundation of composition and will guarantee make your footage look better and will help you next time when you're trying to frame something in your shot. So let's jump into it and see what it is. So the rule of thirds is pretty much the best known technique in photography and videography when it comes to composition and placing your subject into frame. It was originally used in painting hundreds of years ago when artists wanted to expose more of the background and create a better story for their images. It is such a versatile technique that it still exists today and photographers use it all the time. So what is the rule of thirds? It is pretty much just the composition of your image and where you decide to place your subject in the frame. Let's take this grid for example, and you can see it has two horizontal and two vertical lines, all placed evenly apart. Probably you have seen this grid before when you purchased your camera and thought it was distracting, but if you are new to photography or videography, I highly recommend you keep it on so you can understand composition better. The rule of thirds helps you place your subject on one of those intersecting points, which puts your subject slightly off to the center and exposes more of the background, helping you tell a different story to your viewer using your image. By applying the rule of thirds to your footage and moving your subject from the center to one of the focal points, you create more action in your shot and allow your viewer's eye to move more, which ultimately creates a more dynamic shot. In this example, the subject is placed on the third of the image and it allows room for the viewer's eyes to go from the subject to the background and create a more dynamic scene overall. On the other hand, in this example, the viewer's eyes are concentrated just on the subject, which is in the middle of the shot, and the background tends to be forgotten because the subject is placed at equal distances from the edges. If you have multiple subjects, you can place them on both lines either horizontally or vertically and you will still achieve the same result. This rule can be used when you want to tell a more complex story with your shot and you want to create more space. When you position your subject on one of those intersecting focal points, you give the viewer more space to analyze, therefore you can use the background more efficiently. You can place your subject on either one of the focal points depending on your scene and what you want to portray in your shot. If you want your viewer's eyes to concentrate more on the upper side of your background, you can place your subject on the lower points, or alternatively, if you want your viewer to mainly concentrate on your subject, place it on the upper ones. Ultimately, this is not really a rule. This is more of a tool that can help you in different scenarios when you want to portray a specific shot. So for example, if you want to put your subject into a different light and create a better image overall, you can use this technique and you will achieve a great result in the end with it. This is a great technique when you want to create specifically motion. It's used in films and movies all the time, and Hollywood uses it and all the great production are using it. So next time you are watching a movie, look where the subject is placed in relation to the background, and you will see that more often than not it is placed on one of the thirds of the image. Right here in this shot, I am placed on the third of the shot, and you can see that I can show more of the background in the image and I create more motion in my shot. Just as a quick tip here, if you want to achieve maximum results with this rule of thirds, and where it works best is where you place your subject's eyes on these thirds here. The reason for that is because it creates more connection with the viewer, and because the eyes are placed on one of these thirds, it creates that human to human connection and ultimately help you engage more with the viewer whenever you are making a video. And that was it guys. This is pretty much all you need to know about the rule of thirds, and the next time you go out there and apply it, just think about where your subject stands in relation to your background. Is it in this third here or is it in this one? It's pretty much just a simple technique to help you create a more dynamic image and to help you create a better photo or a better video. So I hope this video was useful to you. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.